What I did behind your back wasn't a reflection of how I felt about you, but rather it was a reflection of my own insecurities. I just didn't want you to see the parts of me I was ashamed of. Now, I fear that you'll despise me once it all comes out. The silence I've kept around my actions is suffocating. I thought I could live with the weight of my decisions. But now, with the truth lurking in the shadows, I fear you'll despise me for what I've done behind your back. It wasn't a moment of weakness. It was a collection of poor choices that have come to define who I am now. And now, as I look ahead, all I can think about is how you'll view me when you learn the truth. The lies I told to protect myself are the very lies that are now unraveling the trust we had. I wish I could take back every decision I made, but I know that once you learn the truth, it will change everything between us. Every secret I kept from you was a decision I thought would protect us, but now it feels like a betrayal. I wonder how you'll feel when you finally know what I did, and the thought of your judgment fills me with fear. I thought I could live with the secret I was keeping, but now I realize that the truth is a burden too heavy to bear. I can only hope that when you learn what I've done, you'll find it in your heart to understand. I know I'll never be able to fully explain why I did what I did. The truth is, I was selfish and thought only of myself. Now I fear you'll despise me, and that's a reality I have to face. What I did was a mistake I never thought would come to light. But now that it's becoming impossible to hide, I fear the day when you'll learn the truth and feel nothing but contempt for me. I wanted to protect you from the pain of knowing the truth, but in doing so, I've created a lie that will only hurt us both. I fear you'll despise me when the truth is revealed, and I know that I deserve that judgment. Every time I think about you finding out the truth, I feel my heart sink. I've built so much of my life around a lie, and now I can't help but wonder if you'll ever forgive me once you learn what I did. I never wanted to be the person who betrayed your trust, but now I realize that no matter how much I wish I could undo the past, the truth is that you'll despise me once you know what I've been hiding. In the quiet moments, I think about how you'll react when you learn what I did. The truth is, I fear your anger, your disappointment, and the way you'll look at me when the walls come down. I thought that keeping my secrets would protect us, but now I see how wrong I was. The truth I've hidden will hurt you in ways I never imagined, and I fear that you'll despise me once it's all revealed. Every day I spent hiding the truth, I convinced myself that I was doing the right thing. But now I know that it was a mistake that could cost me everything. And the thought of you despising me when the truth comes out is terrifying. I've spent so long living with the guilt of what I've done, and now I realize that it's a guilt I can't escape. The truth is coming, and I fear how you'll feel once you understand what I did behind your back. I never imagined that the consequences of my actions would be so severe, but now that the truth is closer to being exposed, I can't stop wondering if you'll ever be able to forgive me for what I did. There are moments when I feel like everything could fall apart at any second, and it's because I know that once you discover the truth, there's no coming back from it. You'll despise me, and I'll deserve it. I can feel the weight of my secrets slowly suffocating me, and I wonder if you'll ever be able to understand why I did what I did. But deep down, I know that once you learn the truth, it may be too late for forgiveness. What I did behind your back wasn't meant to hurt you, but now I see how wrong I was. The regret I feel is overwhelming, and I fear that you'll despise me once the truth finally comes to light. The lies I told were meant to protect you, but now I realize they've only built a wall between us. And when you find out the truth, I fear that wall will be impossible to tear down. Every choice I made in secret now feels like a mistake I can't undo. I fear that when you learn the truth, you'll no longer see me as the person you once trusted. The weight of my secrets feels unbearable, and I can't shake the thought that when you find out what I did, it will be the end of everything we had. I just hope that somehow you can understand. I never wanted you to feel betrayed, but now I can't avoid the reality that my actions will leave you feeling exactly that. Once you learn the truth, I fear you'll despise me, and that thought haunts me every day. I thought I could live with the lies, but now the truth is demanding to be set free. And when it does, I fear the consequences will be far worse than I ever imagined. I never imagined that the choices I made in secrecy would come back to haunt me in such a profound way. The weight of my actions now presses against my conscience, and the thought of how you'll react once you know what I've done fills me with regret. The truth that lies hidden between us is a truth I fear you'll never forgive. But even more terrifying is the knowledge that once you understand the depth of my actions, you might not be able to look at me the same way again. Behind every decision I made in silence, there was a reason I never shared. But now, as time unfolds, I realize that the very things I kept hidden may be the reason you'll grow to despise me. and it's a bitter thought to hold. In the quiet spaces where I kept my secrets, I thought I was protecting you, but now, with the weight of everything I've done, I realize I was only protecting myself, and that realization is one I can never undo. What I did behind your back was not driven by malice, but now that I see the consequences of my actions, I wonder if you'll ever understand. The shame I carry in my heart is a burden that I fear will forever change the way you see me. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I thought I could control the narrative, keep my secrets safe, but now the truth is almost unbearable, and all I can think about is how you will view me once everything comes to light. Sometimes the truth we try to hide becomes the very thing that unravels us. What I did behind your back seemed small in the moment, but as time passes, I realize it was a mistake that could destroy everything we had. The thought of you finding out what I've kept hidden for so long fills me with anxiety. It's like carrying around a weight I can't put down, knowing that once you learn the truth, you may never look at me the same way again. I wonder if you would still love me if you knew the full extent of what I've done. It's hard to imagine you ever seeing me the same way once you uncover the things I've kept from you. And that thought is slowly tearing me apart. What if the truth makes you hate me? What if what I did in secret is so unforgivable that there's no coming back from it? These are the thoughts that haunt me, even as I try to find a way to make things right. I didn't think about the consequences when I made my choices. I didn't think about how it would affect you. But now the guilt is overwhelming. The hardest part is knowing that once you learn the truth, you may never look at me with the same trust again. You think you know me, but there's a side to me I've kept hidden, a side I thought I could bury forever. But now I realize that you'll never truly understand me until you see the darkness I've tried so hard to conceal. I thought I could protect you from the truth, but now I know that by hiding it from you, I only made it worse. You'll despise me when you learn what I did, but the worst part is knowing I'll deserve that contempt. If only I could turn back time and change the decisions I made in secret. But now, the regret I feel is overwhelming. I can't undo what I've done, and I can't erase the pain you'll feel when the truth comes to light. I've spent so much time hiding the truth, trying to avoid the moment when it would finally come to light. But now, all I can do is wonder how you'll feel when you find out what I've been hiding from you all this time. What I did in secret was not meant to hurt you, but the truth is, it's caused more damage than I could have ever imagined. The fear of your reaction consumes me because I know that once you find out, there's no going back. Behind every action I took, there was a fear of being judged. I never wanted you to know what I was really capable of. But now that I see how far I've gone, I wonder if you'll ever forgive me for keeping you in the dark. The weight of my secrets is heavy on my heart. I can't shake the thought of how you'll look at me once you understand the full extent of what I did behind your back. I just hope that someday you'll find it in your heart to forgive me. I thought I could handle the guilt of my action, but the reality is that it's much harder than I ever imagined. I fear the day when you'll learn what I did and the disappointment that will fill your eyes when you finally see the truth. I've lived with this secret for so long, and every day I've feared the consequences. Now, as the truth inches closer to the surface, I can't help but wonder how you'll feel when you find out what I've done behind your back. I never wanted you to know the things I did in secret. I never wanted to face the judgment that would surely come when the truth was exposed. But now, with every passing day, I realize I'm only delaying the inevitable.